So LeBron James to the Washington Wizards. Now, before y'all kill me, hear me out. The probability of this happening is very small, almost to 0%. But you never know. We never thought Durant was gonna go to the Warriors, but it happened. So I mean, you can never count it out, but the chances of it happening is very small. So let's start off with some positives. Number one, he could stay in the East. The East is not as tough as the West, as we all know. And for example, if LeBron was to go to the 76ers, they have a lot of talent over there. They probably would go to the finals. If he went to the Celtics, they probably would go to the finals. If he went to the Wizards, they have two All-Stars there. They probably would go to the finals. Just off the sheer talent that LeBron James brings, it would be enough to get them out of the East. But the key thing is, will these teams be able to defeat the Warriors and the Rockets? Because I'm sure LeBron is tired of getting there and losing. I don't think he wants to be, 3-7 if you lose again? It would be 3-7. And I feel like he's still trying to chase Jordan, and it's just getting rougher and rough. 3-6, 3-7, that's tough. So, besides staying in the East, if he comes to the Wizards, you have two All-Stars. You got a first-time All-Star in Bradley Beal. Should be two-time, but he got snubbed. They picked Carmelo over him. I think it was the year before this season. The season before this season. You got John Wall, multi-time All-Star. Very talented, two special elite players. Top players in their position in the NBA. Young, in their 20s still. John's about 27, 28, but he still got good legs. You saw, even though they lost, you saw what he was able to do coming off of knee surgery into the playoffs. He looked like the best player in that whole Raptors series. So you got two ball handlers, especially at LeBron James' age. I feel like he wants to not be a big ball handler, especially as much as he was this past season with Cleveland, because I feel like he would like to invest his skills into other areas in helping the team besides just facilitating. Like in Miami, he had Dwayne Wade, he had Chalmers. You have multiple people who can move the ball and have multiple ball handlers. Golden State, as we know, got at least 4 ball handlers on the court and 5 when they go small with Iguodala. Everybody on that court can handle the ball and facilitate the ball. So you can never go wrong with having too many ball handlers. That's why I feel like if people were to use the argument that if you have John Wall, why would you need LeBron? Or if you have LeBron, why would you need John Wall? Well, John Wall can do more than just shoot. He's shooting. John Wall has never been elite at shooting. John Wall is an elite point guard who is an elite facilitator who can create space for his teammates and create space for himself and make plays. And when John Wall does get hot, he does get streaky at sometimes, especially from his mid-range pull-up spot. He can get hot. Now, is he a Kyrie or a Steph? No, he's not that. He's not going dribble, 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 just pull up threes in your face, unless he's just really feeling it. But John Wall's game has never really been shooting, but he's always been an effective player, and he would still be an effective player with LeBron. If anything, you can say Brad and John, who can still use somebody of that leader skill like they did when Paul Pierce came in. I feel like that really helped them to grow as players. If LeBron were to come in, that probably would elevate both their games to different kinds of levels, because just off the sheer fact that they're around greatness, and that level of talent. Now the question would be, would they be able to handle the national media attention? So on to the next point, how would this all come to fruition? Probably would have to be through sign and trade. Otto Porter probably would have to get traded to a third team. A third team would have to be involved, maybe the Nets or something. So Otto will go to the Nets. You still would have to do some maneuvering for the cap, but I'm sure the Wizards will figure that out. Hopefully they will be able to keep their 15th pick. In my opinion, for the Wizards, I would hope that Robert Williams is still there. Because because if he is, you can, Lord, because Marshall Gortat, I'm sure Washington fans are done with him. I'm done with him personally. Dude's old, dude's washed up. Get him out of here. You have an athletic big. Maybe if Robert Williams gone, then I think you go maybe see if a Miles Bridges is there, a Lonnie Walker is there, Zaire Smith. There's some good talent that will be at the 15 spot, I think. So draft, that's a whole nother thing. You can get some athleticism, some more youth. If I'm the Wizards, bench pieces, main priority right now will be trying to sign Mike Scott back. He had a very good season for the Wizards, very efficient the whole year in the playoffs. He also played very well. Ty Lawson, you can maybe bring him back. Ty Lawson still has skill. It's all about if he's past his demons. If he's really past all that. As far as bench, you just have to figure all that out still. Morris, I don't know if you want to put him down onto the bench or keep him in the starting lineup. But a lineup of, let's say, Wall, Bill, James, Morris, and athletic big. Whether it's Robert Williams or somebody you pick up. As long as he's not Gortat, I don't care. As long as he's not him. I feel like that's a championship caliber lineup because they got to a game 7 to get to the Eastern Conference Finals with a lineup in a front court of Porter, Morris, and Gortat. Now, this past season, it was very injury-filled, and John Wall missed half the year, etc., and it just didn't work out. But, like I said, I highly doubt this will happen, but if it were to happen, you can look at that roster with those 2 All-Stars and added LeBron James with a young 5 or a young front court member or even a young athletic backup guard. Like I said, like Lonnie Walker. You can't look at that roster and say, oh, this roster is not going to make no noise. Now, the question is, will they be able to compare to the Warriors or the Rockets? And I think it possibly can. I think Warriors can be beat. You just have to be able to lock in for 4 quarters. Not the first half, not for the second quarter, and tee up in the first quarter and the second quarter, and lose the third quarter. You have to have a team that's mentally stable enough to play a full game of basketball, and that's how you can beat the Warriors. So like I said, he'll probably go to, I think, the Sixers, in my opinion. I feel like the Sixers is the team he's going to go to, especially if he wants to stay in the East. The whole thing is with that, it would just be will Embiid be willing to be Robin, because any team LeBron goes to, he's automatically Batman. So your top star gets knocked down a notch. Will Embiid be willing to do that? And it seems like he is by the way he's recruiting. So we'll see. But I know it's probably ain't the Wizards, but still, we'll see.